Hi, my name is Brittany J. Jones. In this video, we're going to be sewing along to the new Mccall's 8354 pattern. This is a girl's dress pattern. It also has a jacket and a slip dress on the pattern as well. In this video, we're going to be sewing along with view A on the pattern. Let's go ahead and review the pattern pieces that we need to cut out to make view A now. Again, we're going to be sewing along to Mccall's 8354. I will be sewing along to view A in this pattern. If you have any questions concerning which fabrics you should purchase for each of these views, on the back of the pattern envelope, there is a list of suggested fabrics. So for view A, they list faux fur. For view B, they have stretch knits. So tricot, jerseys, interlock. And for view C, they have knit laces and knit netting. So again, if you have any questions concerning what fabric, as well as what notions you need to purchase, like your hooks and your elastic, be sure to flip onto the back of the pattern envelope to see what options they have listed here for you. The pattern pieces that we will need to cut out for view A are pattern piece number 1. This is the front. We need to cut 2 of fabric and 2 of lining. Pattern piece number 2, this is the back. We need to cut 1 on the fold of fabric and 1 on the fold of lining. Pattern piece number 3, this is the sleeve. We need to cut 2 of fabric and 2 of lining. For fabrics, for my lining, I have this nice satin, and for the main fabric, I will be using some faux fur. To begin, we are going to place our front and back together, right sides facing. I'm going to be using fabric clips to hold the layers together. So again, with right sides facing, we're going to pin our shoulders as well as our side seams. So I'm just going to place a couple clips here. Once you have your clips or your pins at your shoulders and your side seams, we can go ahead and stitch on a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. For sewing with the faux fur, I do recommend that you use as many pins and clips as you have to help keep the layers together while you're sewing. Also, if you do have a walking foot, I do recommend putting that on your machine. That will also just give you a little bit more control and help with your fabric guiding through evenly. Let's go ahead and stitch now. Okay, I have my side seams as well as my shoulder seams sewn. Depending on the type of faux fur that you are using, you may want to go ahead and trim down some of your seam allowance. Now we can move on to the next step, and that is to start working on the sleeve. Okay, with our sleeve, the next thing we're going to do is do 2 rows of ease stitching along the upper edge of the sleeve. With ease stitching, you want to stitch along your seam line using basting stitches. So go ahead and adjust your stitch length. I did 2 rows here, one along my seam line and the other inside of my seam allowance. So again, go ahead and do your ease stitching. And then after you have that done, we can place our sleeves right sides facing. And we are going to stitch down our sleeve seam. Let's go ahead and stitch our sleeves in place now. Now that we have our sleeves sewn, we can turn them right sides out. And again, depending on the type of faux fur you are using, you can go ahead and trim down your seam. I'm going to grab my front and back, and with right sides facing, we're going to match up our sleeve to make sure that we have it going into the right area. So the single notches goes to the front, the double notch goes to the back. I transferred my markings here. So this one goes to the other side. So again, the single notches go to the front and double notches go to the back. I just transferred markings as opposed to clipping into the fabric. That way I'll be able to see it. But I'm just going to match these up as best as I can. Grab my clips and I'm going to clip it in place. And now we're going to need to pull up on our ease stitching to ease it into the sleeve cap. So when you did your ease stitching, you shouldn't have done any back stitching. They should just be loose threads that you can now pull like I'm doing here to ease in the fullness of the sleeve cap so that it goes into the armhole. I also transferred a marking at the top of my sleeve that corresponds to the shoulder seam. So I'm going to match that up and place a clip there. And I'm just going to go around and make sure everything is fitting nice and neat into the armhole. Okay, once you have your sleeve in, we can go ahead and stitch at a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, and then we're going to stitch again a 1/4 of an inch away to do a double stitch right along this area. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, once we have our sleeves installed, this is what yours should look like here. I have both of my sleeves sewn in. And so now we can go ahead and do the same exact steps for our lining pieces. So for the lining, you want to stitch at the shoulder, the side seam, and install your sleeves the same way. And then we can move on to the next step. Okay, I have the lining sewn the same way as the main fabric for the jacket. So I have my front sewn to the back at the shoulders as well as the side seams, and I have installed my sleeves. So just make sure that you have your sleeves installed nicely and you can give it all a really nice press. Once you have your lining pressed, now we can grab the main fabric and we can connect both. So with the right sides facing, I'm going to open out the jacket. I'm going to just tuck in the sleeves like so. And we can match up our shoulder seams, match up the fronts, and just pin all the way around. We will leave an opening down at the lower edge, but let's go ahead and pin all the way around, matching up our seams now. This is going to be the opening that I leave to flip everything right side out. Okay, once you have it pinned all the way around, again, we're pinning around the front opening, around the neck edge, around the bottom edge as well, and we are leaving an opening down here so we can flip everything right side out. I went ahead and added some additional pins because while I was pinning, I could see how easy the fabric was rubbing together and slipping. So just make sure that you add as many pins as you can and as you want so that you can keep your layers together while we go sew. I'm going to back stitch at the center and work my way all the way around to the bottom. I'm going to come back to the top and do the same thing, back stitching at the beginning of the stitch and also at the end. Let's go ahead and do our stitch now. Now that we have it sewn, we can go ahead and trim our seam. So you definitely want to clip your corners and just trim all the way around your seam allowance. Now that we have it trimmed, we're going to do some understitching. So you want to understitch as far as you can go, which it will be kind of tough to do it, but just take your time and get some understitching in. Again, you're just going to be understitching as far as you can go. Okay, so I have gone around the lining doing my understitching. You can see I started here. I went as far as I could go at the corner, and then I started back on this side of the corner, went as far as I went up to this corner. So you won't be able to get all the way around with your understitching, but just go as far as you can go with your understitching. After we have the understitching complete, before we close up the opening here, we're going to go ahead and tack our sleeve hems together. So one thing that I like to do is when I have sleeves like this for some garments, first thing I would do is just fold in the seam allowance here like so on the lining as well as on the main fabric. So I just folded that in. I'm going to reach in through the opening here and work my way in between the lining and the main fabric. I am grabbing onto this fold here that I have. I'm just going to pull it through the opening. And so now, keeping right sides facing and making sure that I keep my seam lined up here, I am going to pin these together. So again, make sure that you have your seams matching up. And you can pin or you can place your clips here if you like. And I'm just going to go all the way around. It's going to make kind of a weird looking circle, but I'll show you what that will look like. So just continue pinning all the way around. So once you have it all pinned, we can do the same thing for the other sleeve, and then we can just stitch our sleeve hem together. The seam allowance is 5/8 of an inch. So let's go ahead and stitch it in place now. Okay, once you have your sleeves sewn, so this is what it should look like along the inside here, a nice clean finish around your sleeve hem. So now we can go ahead and close up the opening here that we left at the bottom to turn everything right side out. Go ahead and grab a needle and thread and you can slip stitch your opening closed. And the last thing you can do is you have the option to add hook and eyes along the front opening. So if you would like hook and eyes onto your jacket to keep the front opening closed, then you can go ahead and add those here. You can transfer the circles from your pattern tissue and just go ahead and stitch on your hook and eyes. And then you would be all done with your jacket. Well, that is all for the sew along, and I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you know when the next sew along goes live. Until then, blessings everyone. Bye.